Welcome back to your favorite Klaviyo email marketing YouTube channel. My name is Philip. Today we're going to be talking about how to write email copy that people actually buy from using AI. Okay, so not only will this be a video on how to write high converting email copy, but it's also going to be teaching you, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to use AI to do it all for you so you can be more efficient and so you can actually have higher quality in what you are writing. Okay, so by the end of the video, you will understand not only, again, what makes good copy, but also how to do it efficiently and properly. Okay, so the chatbot we're going to be using is obviously ChatGPT. Okay, and here's a beautiful photo of me holding my laptop with ChatGPT. Okay, so if it's your first time on the channel, welcome in. If you're coming back, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. My name is Philip. Why should you actually listen to me when it comes to Klaviyo, when it comes to email marketing and e-commerce in general? Well, I have over $25 million in added email revenue through Klaviyo alone. And I actively, at the time of recording this video, manage over 30 different 6, 7, 8, as well as 9-figure e-commerce brands. And that client specifically is doing over $100 million per year. And they are using Klaviyo, and we manage all of that for them. And we send millions of emails and texts every single month for our clients. Here's a pretty cool screenshot I have of a client of ours doing 70% of their business all from Klaviyo, 405% increase as opposed to the previous month. Okay. And I have tons of different screenshots that I could send to you. Just shoot me a message if you want to see something in particular. So what not to do when writing copy. So before I get into what specifically to do with ChatGPT and how to train it properly, let me get into like what actually should you be looking for in copy, what makes good copy really briefly. Okay. So here's what not to do. Do not write long paragraphs. Okay. This is pretty straightforward stuff, guys. People have short attention spans nowadays. Treat them like that. Okay. No one is here to read long paragraphs. Okay. Also, don't use boring, like generic statements such as, we're excited to bring you this offer, or we're excited to announce, right? Like, stuff like that is just kind of, I hate to say it, but like the 2018 way of doing email copy, right? It's just boring. It doesn't excite people. You want to have emotional triggers in your copy, right? It should be exciting. It should be clever. It should be fresh. Okay. So make sure you're not doing boring stuff like this. Also, don't sell multiple things in one email. Every email should have one specific purpose and only one purpose. Okay. Don't try to pack like 30 different selling points or 30 different products into one email. If you're doing a product launch, have the only focus of that email be on that new product, right? If you're running a sale, only on that sale. If you're giving a tip, only on that tip, right? Don't try to pack a million things. I've seen tons of brands, because I do audits on brands on like a weekly basis. And I've seen so many brands where they just have like a weekly newsletter and it's literally just like word vomit, like tons of stuff in that email. It takes like 5 scrolls just to get to the end of it. And it's like, guys, just stop. Just break it apart and send 3 emails a week instead of just one at the end of the week with a whole bunch of stuff, right? Because people get bored, okay? And also don't start boring emails with intros like, hope you're doing well, right? This is not like a personal email to your coworker. This is an email sent out to potential customers, to shoppers, in hopes that they buy. Your whole goal here is to hook them in. No one's reading that, okay? And now here are some more general rules of thumb when it comes to actual copy. You know what? Let me sprinkle it in. Let me sprinkle it piece by piece. Okay. So again, off that point that I was saying, people have short attention spans, right? Keep everything skimmable. Everything should be super skimmable. Nobody reads anymore. They skim. Okay. So keep things skimmable, simple, and strategic. Okay. The 3 S's. Okay. Everything should serve a purpose. Everything should serve a purpose. Everything should be simple, and everything should be easy to look at, easy to glance at. You don't want people to have to read through like massive paragraphs. Okay. And on that point, keep copy under about 100 words or less, unless you're writing like a longer bridge or like a narrative section. If you're running like an about us email, that's different, right? It's okay to go a little bit over because the shopper is expecting that. A lot of times what we'll also do that converts really well, by the way, I can make a whole video on this, is sending a review email where you just highlight one specific review, right? And it's just, you literally put the entire review there. It could be like a paragraph long. That's the only time when you want to really use long text like that, right? If it serves, it's either like keep it skimmable or have a lot of text and have a clear purpose for it, right? If the text is worth reading, of course. But generally, you want to keep it about under 100 words. Honestly, 100 is kind of a lot. Try to use short sentences, punchy headlines, and deliver whatever it is that you're trying to deliver. Deliver immediately, right? Like as soon as they land, make sure they understand why you're emailing them and what's in it for them. Okay. Don't kind of like put the main idea of the email way at the bottom or towards the middle. Have that be right in the hero section. And by the way, I have a whole separate video on email design and how to create high converting emails. So if you want to check that out, it's on my channel. But make sure that as soon as they land on the email, they know instantly what they are getting and what is happening. Okay. Again, pretty simple here. I'm kind of repeating myself in a lot of these, but it's not a bad thing. I'm just kind of hammering it home. Always assume your reader has a short attention span and can't focus, because it's probably true. Okay. The average shopper nowadays is shopping around on literally like 15 tabs at once, depending on what you sell. Maybe 15 is an exaggeration, but 3, 4 tabs. I do the same thing when I'm shopping for clothes, for example. I'll have, 3 different tabs open of different brands I like, right? So you want to make sure that things are quick and concise. And again, you're immediately delivering value. Otherwise, they will bounce and they'll go with the other option. Okay. This one's pretty big here. Emails should not feel like ads. They should feel like conversations. They should feel like a conversation between you and the actual subscriber. You should be delivering tips. You should be delivering value, insider updates, updates on the company. Like, make people feel special. Another thing we do, which again, I have a whole video on for sales, we'll actually take all of our high average order value shoppers and customers, as well as our repeat customers, like people who have come back on more than one occasion. We'll put them into one segment and we'll send them emails like announcing the sale early and give them early access. And we're making them feel special, right? And people love that. So kind of getting off topic there. But the overall goal here is to speak directly to people. And if they have a certain quality or trait that you somehow collected that info from them via like a pop-up form with segmentation, I have a whole video on that too. Make sure you're using that info to speak to them, right? So there's that. Don't over-explain things. Don't over-design things unless it's like a sale or announcement email. Again, every email has one job. Okay, don't try to just overcomplicate things. Don't overload emails with multiple messages that compete with one another. I'm hammering these things home. You're probably a little bit annoyed by now that I keep repeating myself, but you have to make sure you understand these things. All of the copy should lead to a single clear call to action. So never have like copy that's delivering some type of message without a call to action. I see it all the time. Your emails, and we've actually seen a direct correlation between the more call to actions you have, the higher your conversion rate will be on your emails. Okay, to an extent, obviously, you don't want to just overload it with call to actions, right? That'd be a bit annoying and weird. But yeah, make sure you have clear call to actions. And the final one, don't try to sell the steak and the sizzle. Okay. I like that analogy. I really do. Actually, I saw it online. I was like, I'm putting this in the video. So again, pick one. People can't focus. Okay. So now that I repeated myself 50 million times, and you should understand what makes good copy. Okay. Let me get into how to train AI to write copy. This is where it gets kind of fun. Okay. So what I want you to do, here are the steps of what I want you to do. Okay. So follow along with me. First things first, log into ChatGPT. So as you can see here, I've got ChatGPT open right now. Pretty simple. If you don't already have an account, just go ahead and make an account. I mean, if you're an e-commerce brand and you're trying to take this seriously, I'm assuming like you probably already know how to use ChatGPT. If not, it's pretty simple. So I'll teach you how to do it anyways. But yeah, log into your ChatGPT, preferably GPT-5. I'm on the paid plan. We use the paid plan. It's just so much better. And GPT-5 as a model is actually really powerful. I've used Claude. I've used like Manus.ai if you've heard of it. And they're also great. And honestly, up till GPT-5, they were probably a little bit better at writing copy. But I found that GPT-5 is actually really powerful. I'm sure you've probably seen some buzz around it online. But yeah, open up ChatGPT. And then what you're gonna do now is, if you're watching this in full screen, get out of full screen, go to the description of this video. And I posted this document right here that I made for you guys. Okay. So this document is how you're going to train GPT. Okay. So go to the description of the video. There's a link. The first link in the description will take you to this document. Okay. What I want you to do, my camera over here, what I want you to do is take that document, go to the second slide right here, and I want you to copy all of this text. Okay, so let me do it right now. Boom, go to ChatGPT, start a new thread, go ahead and paste this text into ChatGPT. Now, make sure that you insert your brand name here. Okay, and let's say I'll do it for one of my clients. Let's do iRocker sub. Whoops. So we'll do iRocker sub. So this is going to tell it and give it the instructions on, setting the scene basically. What do we want it to do? Okay, we're telling it you are an expert copywriter for iRocker sub, whatever your brand name is, trained to write high converting email copy that drives sales, brand engagement, blah blah. You want to draft short, persuasive on brand emails, blah blah blah. So you can read through it. We're basically just explaining and setting the scene. Now, what I do towards the end, and I should have put like a link for this. Put the link to your brand. So iRocker, I'm pretty sure, yeah, iRockersub.com. So just go ahead and put in a link and say this is the link to the site. Now, also, if you have any brand books or brand guidelines, any like specific fonts you use, upload it here. Okay, tell it to basically take that into consideration and just explain to it what you're actually sending it, right? Just so it can kind of match that style. Next, what you're also going to do, come back to this Gamma doc that I created for you. You're going to go to wherever it says it for you, because you might be in like viewer mode. This is like admin view. Basically, what you want to do is export it, and you're going to export it as a PDF. Okay. So I already exported it. So what I'm going to do is take it, and I'm going to put it into ChatGPT. Okay. So what that is if you look here, I actually basically just regurgitated everything I just told you in that like little Miro board where I was explaining the copy. I'm basically explaining to ChatGPT here the different nuances when it comes to copy, what it should look for, how to do it for the different flows, what not to do, right? The different emotional triggers in copywriting. Okay. I'm basically just telling it how to become an expert copywriter, so it has all the info. Okay. So I'm going to download that as a PDF, and I'm going to put that into ChatGPT. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to just click send. Okay. Now it's going to spit out some response, and it's going to read the documents, blah blah. Now it's going to spit out kind of like a recap of everything that you asked it to do, as well as the brand and all that stuff. Okay, so let's let it just do its thing for a second. Now here it's writing a sample. As you can see, it's actually not too bad. You can see the copy is pretty short. We have a CTA there. It just made up like a totally random event and sale. We're not done yet. It was just giving me a sample. But as you can see, it has everything and it's internalized everything. Now from here, what you're going to do is you're going to talk to it. Okay. So now it pretty much knows exactly what you want it to do. It knows how to write copy effectively. It knows your brand. And again, if you have more context on the brand, for the sake of time in the video, I'm not going to upload everything. But like, again, if you have brand guidelines, a brand book, fonts, all that stuff, if you have like an about us section, throw that into ChatGPT as well so it can understand your brand properly. Okay. And even if you have some of your own notes, like you can tell it that. But once you have all this done and once you've kind of like trained this specific thread, what you can do now is just talk to it. Let's say I need a welcome email. I need a welcome email with a heading and subheading. It is going to deliver, let's say $50 off a paddleboard of your choice. Write the copy for this email. You taking the copywriting taking the copywriting principles that I shared with you into account. Now you're going to let it do its thing, and it should spit out a pretty good set of emails here. Okay, so subject line, welcome aboard. You can edit that. I normally don't usually use the subject line. I just get ideas for it. But here's the heading. Here's the subheading, welcome to the water. That actually fits very well. They're a paddleboard brand. And then a lot of their copy is actually reflective of this. As a thank you, enjoy $50 off any paddleboard, your choice, your adventure. Body, you're officially part of the iRocker crew. Whether it's chasing calm mornings, weekend and family trips, or your next big adventure, the right board makes all the difference. Okay. So typically what I do here, it's great because it kind of gives you that base and it takes like the brainstorming part of it out of the equation. Okay. I'm not saying just take this and immediately plug it in. Okay. Because this still needs some work. What I'm saying here is use AI and train AI. You can even train your own bot so you don't have to feed it this information every time you want new copy, or you could just keep a thread going. It's up to you. But I use this to speed up workflow. I don't use it to just write the copy outright, right? Our team is not just taking this and highlighting it and sending it to our designers to make the email. No, they're looking through it. They're making sure it's good. Like for example, right here, I would go through this manually and I would remove this dash. I don't like dashes. They look very robot-esque, right? They don't look very good. And I would tweak this a little bit, right? Depending on how I want it to look. But this is a great first start. Okay. So that is kind of how you want to utilize things. If you want, let's say, now make me a post-purchase email where you upsell some other products. Keep it short and concise, and welcome them to the family. All right, let's see what it spits out for this post-purchase email. Boom. Post-purchase email draft. Welcome to the iRocker family. Your adventure starts here. You're in. Welcome aboard. Your new paddleboard is just the beginning. We're stoked to have you in the iRocker family. Your board is on the way. Now it's time to gear up for the best experience possible. Now, this is actually great, and it's actually funny because GPT just kind of skimmed through the site. Their best accessories that they sell are lightweight electric pumps and dry bags. Those are the two biggest accessories for them, and it just pulled that from the site. And again, you can kind of advise it and kind of tell it what exactly you want. But this is a great first draft, okay? And you can sit here and talk to it and refine it and tell it, hey, I don't really like that. Can you change that? Can you make this better? Can you make this shorter? Can you make this longer? We want to push this specific product. Here's the link. Here's everything about it. Can you write that into the copyright? A million things you could do there. So I hope you guys got some value out of that video. If you guys want my team to come in and scale your brand without you having to really lift a finger, click the link in the description to book a call with me. I will do a full audit. Like me personally, I will do a full audit on your entire Klaviyo account. I'll tell you all the bottlenecks in your account, what is going wrong, where are you losing revenue, and how you can fix it. And then I'll also give you a concrete dollar amount that my team will be able to add to your business in a certain time frame. Okay. And one thing I don't think I've mentioned on the channel before, we offer full refund, full money back guarantees at any point. We're very confident in our service, and we're easily one of the highest quality agencies in the space. So if you're interested in that and you're really looking to scale, feel free to book a chat with me in that description. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. If there's any specific topics you want me to cover, shoot them down in the comments and I will check them out. So I appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.